Hi, my name is Lauren. I'm a therapist here at the school, so I'm just kind of wondering what's going on with you today.
I have really been struggling with being angry. And I've noticed like when people say things to me that I don't like, I feel like I overreact and want to punch things or like, you know, just not really be nice to others. And I feel like that's something I need to work on, but I just don't know how to do it. And sometimes with my family, I really like tend to I feel like yell at them like quickly and not even like think about it.
Okay, so it sounds like you're struggling with being angry and you're wanting to make that change, but you're just not sure how to go about that.
Yes, and I feel like it's something I've been struggling with since I was little. Um, but I just don't know how to, I guess, calm down enough to like really express how I feel. I just get so angry that I start crying and I start just saying mean things to people rather than expressing how I feel to work out whatever the situation was.
Okay, so tell me about a specific scenario in which you got really angry and what happened.
So there was this one time when I was sitting in the living room and I just cleaned the kitchen, and my brother had like thrown stuff like all over the counter after we had gotten home from school, and it made me so upset that I just started calling him names and was like yelling at him and telling him like he never does anything right, just saying really mean things that could really hurt him in the future, and I feel like it could really affect our relationship in the future. Um, and we didn't talk for the rest of the day. We didn't talk for a couple of days. So just working on that. But yeah, that was one time that I just really lost it and said some really mean things.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're just struggling with dealing with that anger and maybe finding the source of that anger, and maybe we want to try and find ways to cope with it. Okay. So has there ever been a time when you successfully like found something else that um, helped you deal with that anger in the moment?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there was this one time when something that a family member did really upset me. And I went to my room and just kind of relaxed for a little bit and kind of laid there and thought about what I wanted to say, as far as like how they made me upset and how I wanted to express it. Um, and then I was able to talk about it with them later on that day. I couldn't talk about it right away, but I was able to like just sit down and have like a little family meeting and really like talk about what was going on.
Okay. So something that works for you is just maybe going to a safe spot and thinking about what you want to say before you get so angry that you can't control it. Okay. So how confident are you on a scale of 1 to 10 that you'd be able to do that, like, and work on that in the next week?
Um, I would say probably like I'd say I'd probably have to start at like a 5 because sometimes it's still hard for me just to walk away, just depending on what the situation is. It's hard for me just to walk away. I feel like I just have to say something to get my point across or really express to them um, how angry that I am. So I mean, I feel like if I like start off slow, maybe I could like work on just stepping away for a little bit, going to take a breather.
Okay. Um, so are there any other things that you could think of that would be helpful in this situation?
Yeah, I could think of a couple of things. There have been times in the past where I know just walking away and taking a breather has helped. I know like sometimes like clenching my fist together really tightly has helped me calm down in the past, like at school. And then sometimes like going and listening to music for a little bit. I really enjoy listening to music, and I feel like that's a coping skill that I've had over the years, and I've kind of shied away from doing that. Um, so I feel like listening to music could help too.
Okay.
So yeah, I feel like I could try one of those things this week. And just see how that goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good. And I know from my experience also, just when I feel so angry, it helps for me to maybe go on a walk or go exercise to get those feelings out in a different way. I'm wondering how that would fit into your life. Do you think that would work?
Yes, I actually have a dog that I like sometimes to take on walks, and that's very calming. And it helps me relieve stress and just enjoy nature. So I feel like I could definitely take a walk every now and then when I get upset.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like we have some really good strategies in place. Is there anything else that concerns you that you feel like would keep you from doing those things?
No, I think I just have to work on just really focusing on saying, well, not saying nice things right away because it's going to take me a little bit to get there, maybe a few sessions. But I think just working on walking away and just really focusing on what is going to actually help me with my anger, not just doing things that I think would help, but things that I know that have helped in the past, and then start working on things that are like new and trying to experience new things. So I think incorporating old and new and just really focusing on making sure that I do that, I think that would really help.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're feeling pretty confident about this next week, and until then, just keep trying to implement those strategies, and we can check back in next week and see how things are going. Does that sound all right to you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks for coming in today.
Yes, thank you so much. I feel like this really helped.
Yeah, okay, good. I'll see you next week.
See you next week. Oh, it is. Okay. Okay.